Okay, so we got closer on Sec 3. Okay, and you mentioned that we are quite mischievous during class, just screwing around, not not
Mm-mm.
not being very serious in class. Was was that the reason why we became close, or were there other reasons apart from being in the same class?
Was that the reason? I guess because we were ultimately in the same clique,
Mm-hmm.
whereby there are people of the same personality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, basically we were the considered as the outcast because we are people that doesn't really study that much, I would say, as compared to other years. So
Mm-hmm.
ultimately, those who doesn't study that much, we will sit at the back, just
Mm-hmm.
slacking around and loitering around. So people that are usually at the back, they will mix together, as compared to
Mm-hmm.
people that generally want to study that's sat at the front. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is where we actually got closer with one another as we found out that our jokes and the pranks that we pull up for same frequency. So yeah, yeah, I guess this is how we ultimately got got closer lah. I would say, in that sense.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay. Throughout our more than 10 years of our friendship, right? What are key moments or the most fondest memory that you have of us?
Seriously, yeah, you want me to share this?
Uh, maybe okay, things that you're comfortable sharing with. Maybe not that one. There's one, there's two, there's probably second places, right?
Okay, okay, okay.
Yep.
I think I will still link back to the days in secondary school,
Mm,
okay, because those are the days where we are still, still really young and we
mm,
dare to do some really crazy stuff.
mm,
So I remember vividly, there was this I guess it was around afternoon where we often have this assembly period. And you know where I'm getting into.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
Okay,
go on.
okay. So
Yeah.
so so okay, it was like during the assembly period. So
Mm,
the class was lining up on the on the on the class, and we are making our way to the hall.
mm-hmm,
So I remember that day it was like a principal speech, whereby the principal will give some pep talk and setting goals for the students.
mm.
So of course all these kind of talks are quite boring lah, essentially to the students,
Okay,
or
so
maybe to us.
for some context,
Mm.
in our secondary school, I think every week, is it? I think it's every week. Every week, there will be a school assembly where all the students will gather in the school hall, and
Mm.
then it's like a weekly meeting for the students, and
Correct.
usually you'll be presenting. Sometimes they have guests, like maybe police or maybe firefighters or paramedics to teach the students about some life skills, or it can be very regimental things like updates about uh school curriculum, things like that. So,
Mm.
but a lot of times it can be boring. So yeah, okay, continue with your story. Just give the context.
Yeah, correct. So ultimately, I mean, we were very um regular with this kind of like assembly, speeches and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So one fateful day, Jian Xiang and another of our, best friend, Jeremy, we decided to skip the assembly classes, lah,
Mm-hmm.
to hang out, or to just, explore around in school. Because
Mm-hmm.
back then, I think it was end of O level. I can't really remember clearly. Was it end of O level? I think it was N
Um,
level, right?
I think we were Sec 5, right?
Five.
That
Okay,
was, I
so O
think
levels.
so. Yeah.
Okay, so we decided to skip the assembly lah because I think we tried multiple times, but we decided to try again on that day. So
Mm-hmm.
why do I remember so vividly? Because we got caught lah. Okay, we got
Mm-hmm.
caught. So back to the story. So when they were queuing up to the hall, we decided to hide ourselves somewhere. I guess it was around the spiral staircase, they call it. So we hid there and we eventually sneak our way to the toilet, the boys' toilet. So, so we sat down and we are totally lost, we have no idea, what to do next. Because this
Mhm.
kind of adrenaline rush, got into us. And we were like staring into each other and smiling like, "Hey, oh shit, what to do next."
Mhm. Mhm.
So we were just playing our mobile phone, chatting about life and say, wow, this will be the best memory of our life, man, in secondary school. And indeed it is, 10 years later, it still remains like one of the best memory in secondary school.
Mhm.
So the story gets interesting from here. So our form teacher, Mr. Low, actually called out my phone first. So I didn't pick up the phone at all. Okay,
Mhm.
I didn't pick up.
Mhm.
So when it rang multiple times, he decided to hang up the call and call Jian Xiang instead. So
Mhm.
Jian Xiang was like, oh shit, shit, what to do, what to do. So Jian Xiang decided to pick up the phone. And Mr. Low, the form teacher, actually said, hey, where are you guys? So he was very stern, you know.
Mm.
You can hear from his voice, he was very, very strict about it. Because like technically, we are playing truant,
Mhm.
and we are skipping classes. So
Mm.
it's a very serious matter, when it comes to secondary school in Singapore. Okay.
Mm.
So Mr. Low actually called us up and said, what are you guys doing? Where are you guys? So we were saying like we were in the toilet, we were not feeling that well, and we were accompanying each other, to do our business. Lah.
In the toilet.
Yeah. So I mean, Mr. Low didn't believe in us, because our words wasn't that convincing. So he was saying that please meet me at level 3 staff room, outside the staff room.
Mm.
So the fear got into us lah. So we immediately made our way to the staff room.
And
So
I think Mr. Low knew that we were bullshitting him because
yeah,
he
exactly.
knew we were the playful ones, those that wouldn't want to participate in boring assembly periods. So he knew lah. If we said we were tired and I don't know, did you say tired or we were not feeling well? He knew that that wasn't true lah. So that's why he
Yeah,
called
it
us
was a
out.
lie lah, basically.
Yeah.
And I guess we were just giggling throughout the course lah. So it
Yeah.
wasn't very convincing at all. So okay,
Mm,
so anyways, long story short, we met him outside the staff room,
mm,
and he was making that mini job lah, like cause he was at the opposite of the like assembly hall, and he
mhm.
was making a mini job when he saw us. He was like, "Oi!" Then he ran he ran to the staff room and
Wait,
met
he
us.
shouted. I don't remember him shouting.
Yeah, yeah, he shouted a bit. He was like, "Hey, you guys!" Then afterwards, like we met lah, at the staff room outside there.
Mhm.
So so he was saying like, what do you guys do there, and what should I do with you guys? What should you do? So I remember this clearly. I'm not really sure if you remember, but in my mind, I was saying like to let this go lah, of course.
What did we
Okay,
say in the end?
yeah, so I think we did say that. We say like
Let's
just
go.
put this matter at rest lah. But of
Okay.
course, being Mr. Low and being a very strict teacher, he's
Mhm.
insisted in giving us a punishment.
Mm.
Okay, so we I think we did suggested giving us a PC. PC meaning to say, like a detention lah. Basically, after classes we have to attend this detention, which there are, different cubicles, and students will be sitting in a corner,
Mm.
be it they have to do self-study lah. So during
Mm.
that period of time, you cannot use your phone, and
Mhm.
you cannot do anything else except studying. So
It's
we
like first
suggested
world problem,
this.
right? Cannot use
Correct,
phone.
correct, exactly. We suggested this PC lah. So he was saying, okay, PC for 2 weeks, and I will not let your parents know. So he was very, very nice enough to say like he
Mm.
wouldn't bring these matters up to our parents
Speaking
because
of,
we are.
right,
Hmm.
what is PC? What
You
does it
mean the
stand
full
for?
acronym of it, is it?
Huh?
You
Sorry?
mean the acronym of it, is it?
Yeah, the acronym. I know
I
it's
think
detention, but
they
what does it?
call it they call it personal corner.
Oh, wait, really? Okay, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay, continue. Move on.
yeah. Okay, so they call it personal corner because, like I say, there are like cubicles for students. There are dividers lah. So basically, students sit in between all these
Mm,
cubicles to do self study. So
mm, mm.
that's what we mentioned. Okay, we want this PC because it's one of the lightest punishment, ma. like what's worse than that, you know? So he suggested that,
Mhm.
and Mr. Low agreed lah. He said, okay, just go for 2 weeks PC, and I don't want to see any of you guys, skipping classes again. Okay. So I guess how they caught us was that they literally counted all the class students one by one, and they found out that
Mhm.
oh, there are 3 students missing from the class. So they identified lah,
Mhm.
it's us. Okay. So that's where Mr. Low called us up and knew that we were the missing students. Okay. So I
Mm.
guess these are the most fond memories in secondary school or since and I, lor, I have to say.
Mm. Actually, my best memories, it's not about that. It's more like the everyday rigor of going to class and then seeing each other. Because for us, I think after, during class we'll see each other. We'll talk about the games that we play,
Okay.
and then we will always be connected. So every we meet in class, right? And then after class, we will tell each other, let's meet out in Maple Story. Maple Story is this game that you can play. Role playing, is it role playing game? Yeah, some role playing game. And
RPG.
then so we always agree. Somehow or another, we'll always meet each other lah after whether it's in school or after school. So and then after we play our games and we come back for school during the morning, and the first thing we talk about is always about some game that we thought that we played on the day before. So and then yeah, that's the most favorite part of my, I guess, for our friendship, because
Mm.
it's yeah, it's just the daily stuff all that we do together. Yeah.